season.
Wow. I
Yeah.
saw yesterday an article about how many people in India are living in places that are sort of too hot to be sort of
Yes, ma'am.
comfortable.
Ma'am,
And
in my city, today the highest temperature was 42 degrees Celsius.
wow, that is too hot. Do
Yes.
you think it's partially to do with global warming?
Yes, ma'am. Because, ma'am, in past I never saw these type of high temperatures,
Yeah.
and even there was a high temperature, but ma'am, there was not uh, that much of heat.
Yeah.
But, ma'am, but nowadays, even with 40 degrees Celsius, 42 degrees Celsius, it feels like a 45 or 46 degrees Celsius.
Yeah. That's terrible. That's not really a temperature where you can go outside and relax and spend time
Yeah, ma'am.
outside.
Yeah, ma'am. And ma'am, we are sweating non-stop.
Yeah, I can imagine when it's very
Yes, ma'am.
humid, it's you sweat automatically. The
Yeah.
moisture seeps out of your body.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
It's quite dangerous.
even we put our hand on table or the just because of contact, our body starts sweating.
Yeah. Do you think it's reversible? Can it be changed?
Yes, ma'am. If ma'am, uh, whenever I whenever I go in a green area, there
Mhm.
even with even in summer season, it feels like cold. So, ma'am,
Ah,
I think if we grow more trees, so trees can help us to get get rid of these hot temperatures.
yeah,
Trees are
that's a very good.
yes, ma'am. Trees are beneficial because they give us shadow, and because of uh, their covering area, they stop the sunlight.
Yeah. And I think they also release moisture into the air.
Yes, yes,
So
ma'am.
make the air a little bit cooler. It's so
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
But ma'am,
So, mhm.
India is a populated country, and there is a very less space in urban areas to go grow trees.
Yeah, exactly. So that people have to think of new ways to have plants in the city.
Yeah, ma'am.
I know it's becoming very common to have a wall with plants up the wall, so a plant wall.
Mm.
So you
Yeah,
can
ma'am.
fit plants in places where there is not a lot of space.
Or ma'am, there is one more option from next year. Uh,
Mhm.
I will, I will, I will cease to live in cities. I will go into the countryside.
Ah, I see. Um, is this definite? Is this a plan
No,
or is
ma'am,
this a,
this is a plan. This is a plan.
uh,
I want to live in countryside, but ma'am, because there is no work for me, so I have to
yeah,
live in city. That is the
yeah,
problem.
yeah, that's the reality for many people.
Yeah,
Um, who knows, maybe work from home can help, or maybe cities will change and become greener. More plants will be added.
yeah,
We can only hope.
yes.
So these are really interesting issues. I would like to incorporate them, to include them in lessons in the future. Today, we are going to look at a little bit of sentences to do with climate issues,
Okay.
matching it with infinitives. We're going to continue talking about infinitives and gerunds, adding a little bit. We're not going to get too complicated on grammar today because it's a topic that you need to build up understanding of sentence structure between the object in the sentence, the subject, the nouns, and other complicated parts of sentences. So with gerunds and infinitives, today we're going to focus on thinking about the verbs that use gerunds or infinitives. So last time we looked at verbs that use one or the other. And there was one verb that we looked at that used both. There are also others. Can anyone think of a verb or verbs that use both gerunds and infinitives. And if anyone doesn't know what a gerund and an infinitive is and needs me to remind them or to explain it, please tell me. So if anyone would like to explain it to the others in the class, you can tell me in the Zoom room. You can explain it to the other people in the chat. So can anyone think of verbs that use both gerunds and infinitives that can be used for both? So let's remind ourselves what gerunds and infinitives are. We said infinitives start with to.
Like can be
Yeah.
used. Yeah.
Excellent. Like can be used for both. So there are others. We focused last time on just thinking about one or the other, because that's a simpler way to start learning about it. But there are verbs that can use both. So like is one of those. We can say, I like eating, or I like to eat. Both those work. Does anyone know any others? There are others where you can change the sentence. And this is the key thing. It still means the same thing. Because sometimes if we change it, it doesn't. With like, there's no difference in meaning. Does anyone know, is there a difference in meaning between these two sentences? I like eating or I like to eat?
Yes, ma'am. I like eating means I like the process of eating food.
Yeah. And what about I like to eat? Does it mean exactly the same thing?
No, ma'am. I like to eat something. I like to eat mango. I like to eat vegetables. So it is like that. It is for a particular thing.
You can say it for a particular thing if you add the object at the end. You can say, I like to eat mangoes. I like to eat vegetables, whatever it is. But if you just say, I like to eat, that is fine too.
Okay.
So it does mean the same thing.
Yes.
Because you can say, I like eating mangoes, or I like to eat mangoes. There are times where changing it to a gerund or changing to an infinitive changes the meaning, and you have to change the sentence structure. You have to add modifiers or different parts of the sentences or change the sentence order. But there are some verbs where it doesn't matter. So we're going to look at those today. That's what we're going to focus on. So we are looking at verbs where you can use both the gerund and the infinitive to mean the same thing, where the meaning doesn't change. So try and have a think. Do you know any verbs that does this, that can do this, apart from like? So well done. Somebody who is a number said ing is a form of verb. Exactly. So gerunds and infinitives are forms of verbs. So hi, Ananya, welcome. You said hello. Hi. Are you in the Zoom room? You're not in the Zoom room yet, so you can join the Zoom room if you want, Ananya.
Yes, ma'am.
You are there. Hi, Ananya. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good. Have you started your exams yet?
So what happened? The exam got postponed.
Because of COVID?
No, ma'am. Because the state of India where I live is West Bengal, and in the southern part of this of the state, it's like really hot. So the Like the chief minister announced that all schools of our state will be closed.
Okay. I see. Yes, it is dangerously
The
hot.
exams got postponed. But like when the exams got postponed, it was not like really hot. But these days, like yesterday, it was like the sun. It's torching hot, ma'am. It was really sunny
Wow.
yesterday.
Yes, that would be very difficult to take an exam in that kind of condition.
Yes.
So, Ananya, we're focusing on verbs that use both the gerund and the ing, and the meaning doesn't change.
I think I have learned it. Like I like eating. I like to eat.
Yeah, that's an example where the meaning doesn't change. Do you know any others where the meaning doesn't change?
No, ma'am, I don't know. But I know this. Like I like eating. I like to eat. I like swimming. I like to swim.
Yeah, this is one that is a little bit of an exception. So it's a bit of a trick question, because usually when the meaning doesn't change, it's just for like. So the other ones
Like
are,
I drink.
I like to drink. Yeah, you can say I like to drink, or what's the ing form, the gerund form of I like to drink? Do we know? I like drinking. So this is a bit of a trick. Often,
Enjoy.
yeah.
I think we can use it with both two infinitives and gerund.
I enjoy to eat, or I enjoy eating, which is right.
Ma'am. I enjoy eating only with gerund.
Yeah, exactly. So that is one where we can only use one. We looked at that last time. There's only one form. So the like I said last time, is a little bit of a special case, because it can use both, but also it doesn't change meaning. So a little bit of trick in a question. I just wanted to know if anyone sort of knew that. Hi, Isha, welcome. And hello, Simran, welcome. So we are thinking about gerunds and infinitives. So like is one of the rare ones where the meaning doesn't change. Mostly, if you can use both, the meaning does change. So let's get rid of like and think about ones where the meaning does change. Does anyone know these? Okay, let's start listing verbs. Let's think about what it means. So I'm going to give you the verb. Can you tell me the gerund version of the verb in a sentence? And also the infinitive. Pardon?
Stop. I stopped to eat. I stopped eating. I stopped eating non-vegetarian food.
Yeah, you can say I stopped eating. Can you say I stopped to eat?
I think no.
Yeah, because it's a slightly different meaning. The stop to eat, it's not kind of used as an infinitive. We're using I stopped my work to eat. It's using the to as the preposition. To do something, to eat. So the sentence structure has to be a little bit different. So we can say this, I stopped my work to eat.
Okay.
So here we're using it as a preposition. So this is fine.
Okay.
So well done. So we're going to look at ones that are similar.